Yo, what's up you guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Jason from the 3 Means Go channel. And here's my 2019 TT RS I just got. I planned on making this video a while ago, but we've been having nickel-sized hail, so the car's just been sitting in the garage. But today we're pretty much going to be giving you guys my first impressions on actually owning the car. I've had it for about 2 weeks, and we're going to do a little driving in it, show you guys what it's like. So far I'm loving the car. Everything about it, from the exterior to the interior to the way it drives, the potential for it, everything. I'm in love, you guys. No complaints. Alright, so where do we begin? I love the Nardo Gray. The Nardo Gray is perfect. I've always wanted a BMW Nardo Gray when I did have my BMW, and the fact that I was able to get my TTRS Nardo Gray, for me, was perfect. The color also hides the dirt really well. The car looks like it's in pristine condition. Sorry if it's a little windy here, but amazing. The red accents with the black interior and the black wheels is just perfect for the Nardo Gray. The car also comes with the black optics package, so it's got the black emblems, a couple of the lips, the side skirt is black, right? Normally, not sure what else comes black, but the wing has got the black edges as well. Looks really nice. We got the black exhaust tips with the diffuser, and the car is just, to me, the exterior cannot be more perfect. I love the dimensions of it. It's a little car, so it looks like a little pocket rocket. What more do you want from a TTRS? The front end is super aggressive. It's also got the facelift, the 2019s and up, facelift. The way you're able to tell as well on the rear is it'll have these fake vents on the side. A lot of people do not like them. Me personally, I love them. I didn't want a car without the fake vents. I feel like it gives the car a whole different look. It looks way more aggressive and just looks like a, little race car like it should. It also came with some upgraded wheels. There were some lightweight wheels, and it's running Continental Extreme Contact tires at the moment. The Audi all-wheel drive system on this, the Quattro, is perfect for me. I don't have no complaints. I know a lot of people are like, that's not a real Quattro system, it's got a Haldex. Honestly, I've never had a problem with it. I've been launching the car here and there, and I've never even had the car slip. It is completely stock at the moment. I do plan on tuning it, but like I said, for the power, the way it comes, no complaints at all. It has plenty of grip, and it's on all seasons. It's not even on summer tires right now. The headlights look super aggressive, especially when they turn on. The shape of them, amazing. It's got a ton of really good cooling in the front. All these ducts, you can see the duct in there. This is a duct as well. It's got a ton of cooling in the front grille as well. So the car is prepared for any type of heavy driving. It's got the signature aluminum gas cap, which I love. I'm not gonna change it. I know a lot of people like to change it to black, but I think it looks nice just like that. I don't really have a problem with it. And as far as exterior, this car gets so many looks. I haven't seen another one on the road at all. I've seen maybe an S3, that was probably the closest thing, and an S5, but no RSs out here. Like I said, I had to drive 5 hours to go find this car, and you won't see another one on the road. I think there's one TTS that's local to me. It's a yellow one. I haven't met the person because I haven't been driving mine too much, but hopefully I'll meet him soon, see what he has done to his. And yeah, like I said, the exterior just turns a lot of heads. Everyone's looking at it, and when you're at a light, people just want to see it go. Let's check it out on the inside. The red accents, I thought I was gonna hate at first, but honestly, I freaking love it. It matches great with the little ring right here, the start stop button, the vents. The red trim just really gives it the sports car accent. It also has red stitching on the side, and on the digital dash it's got a ton of red, right? My next favorite thing is all the carbon fiber that comes on the car. This whole center dash is carbon fiber in amazing condition, looks great. It also comes on the door handles, which gives it a really nice touch every time you jump in. You're in a little sports car, race car. The seats, it's got the honeycomb stitching on it. Honestly, love it. Cannot be happier. It looks super nice. Makes the car look a lot more luxurious. Everyone that's jumped in it says it's a lot of car, and honestly, when I first got the car, it sure felt that way. It felt like I didn't even want to mess it up. I didn't even want to drive it. I didn't want to touch it, just because it had such that high-end feel to it. And I've never really had anything this nice, to be honest. And yeah, it's gonna hurt to start modding it, but it's just part of the game. Got to do it. And honestly, it's gonna be such a badass car, more than it already is. So I'm excited. It's got some baby seats back there. I've seen a lot of people complain about them, saying that there's not enough space. The other day I took my daughter to school and I had my little sister in the front. She just moved it up a little bit. And my daughter had plenty of space in the back, so I have no complaints with the actual space in the car. Again, you don't really want kids in this car because it's such a nice car. I don't know why anybody would complain that you can't fit kids in the back. If you want that, get the RS3. It's a lot cheaper. And you can fit kids in the back. And it probably isn't going to feel like you're messing up your race car, Small little complaint is that the sound system is a little weak. Not necessarily that it sounds bad or anything. It's just when you're paying for a car this expensive, you kind of want some bass. You want something to hit, or at least me, depending on what you listen to. I listen to a lot of hip hop, so I would love if this thing came with a bigger subwoofer. But again, it's a race car type of trim, So I understand that they're trying to keep it light. But that's the only thing that would make this car like 10 out of 10 right now. I feel like it's a 9 out of 10, right? Just because when you're in the zone, you want to be bumping your music. As for if you're like me, shit. So that's the only thing that would make it 10 times better. Eventually, I will throw a fiberglass subwoofer in the back as well. Fiberglass box with the subwoofer. Maybe a little 10-inch and just give it a little bit more kick. And honestly, after that, it's going to be perfect. But I'm not in a big hurry because I don't want to rattle the shit out of everything. Get the trim all loose and stuff. So right now, I'm enjoying the car as it is. In the rear, there's a ton of space. Really big trunk. Honestly, I have no complaints. I've gone to the store already, done a trip, and everything fit in there perfect. And if it's not enough space, you can always lower the back seats down, and you're going to have a huge cargo space in the back. So honestly, perfect. Almost like a little hatch. It's got some big old calipers. This thing stops on a dime. I have no complaints with stopping power. Honestly, they're really touchy if you're not used to it, and that's coming from a 335i. I don't know if you've had a nicer car than that, but for me, it was just perfect. It's a ton of stopping power. Something else that's really cool on both the driver's side and the passenger side, this little line above the speaker, it lights up in a really nice white, as well as down here. Underneath here, there's a line, like a white LED strip that turns on, and it just gives the car a really nice touch when you're driving at night. It's like luxurious, sporty. It's just a perfect color. It really goes well with the digital dash. Let's turn this thing on. As soon as you turn on the car, the seats will bolster you, make you feel like you're, ready to drive, ready to go. And honestly, that's something else that I love. There's not really much to hate about this car. If you want a little sports car, this thing is perfect. Honestly, I can't think of a better car. I see a lot of people say that it's kind of boring. I don't know what they mean, because I honestly don't have a problem with it at all. This thing is perfect. They say it's a boring drive. I think it's fun as hell. And again, I'm not like a professional reviewer. I haven't had all these crazy cars. I've had a E36 328i, a Civic Si 2011. I've had a 2016 3.8 Genesis Coupe R-Spec. I've had a 335i E90 4-door with the single turbo 6266. I've had a 335i E92 Coupe with upgraded twin turbos, and man, this thing doesn't even come close. And I've driven a few other people's cars. This is the funnest car I've owned by far. It's the nicest on the inside, the nicest on the outside, in my opinion. This is like a baby R8, honestly. If you can't afford the baby R8, you're gonna feel like you're in an R8 quality with this car. So, man, I'm as happy as can be. Ecstatic. It doesn't have a center screen like the RS3, but personally, I love it. I like the really simple look. Like I said, this is a sports car. You don't want to have all that crazy shit. And on top of that, when you have a bunch of stuff, you're constantly playing with it. Or if you're like me, you don't even touch it at all. So it's not even a big problem. Honestly, all I need is music. a gauge to drive, and I'm set. I don't need anything else. I'm enjoying the car for what it is, right? The digital dash quality is insane. You feel like you're like in a little video game, I don't know, Forza or something, right? It's got a G meter on the side. You can change that out as well as a power and torque meter. Eventually, if I get a tune, you can change the gauges and whatnot. But for me, this car is perfect the way it is. You can also change the gauges to, so you can have navigation on the left side, right? It'll have your navigation, which you probably can't see too much because it's too bright, but it's there. And then if you don't like the big center gauge or the sports gauge, you know, you can change it to kind of like a regular. It'll have your speedometer over here and your RPMs on the left side. You can set up your navigation or whatever you're trying to do, right? And yeah, something else I love is the push start button right here. It really gives it that sporty feel. It's really close to the R8 steering wheel. I've heard that it's the same. I'm not quite sure. But for me, it's perfect. It's got the flat bottom with the Alcantara. So, ton of grip, you know? This really feels like a race car in every aspect. The size, the weight, the looks, the seats bolstering you down. So, I've pretty much gone through all of the general, you know, features of the car. Give you guys a little rundown of what it looks like on the inside, the outside, how I'm liking it. Now, let's take it for a drive. I'll explain a little bit of how it drives, and that'll sum it up for you guys. Alright, so I had actually shot this video before, and I was using a head mount, right, so you guys can see what it looks like driving. But because I haven't figured out the GoPro settings yet, it made everything super bright. You actually weren't able to see anything outside because the car is so dark inside, so it's kind of annoying. So sorry if you guys don't like this camera angle, but it'll make for a better video, you know. So the car has a couple drive settings. It's got comfort, dynamic, auto, and depending on how you're driving the car, you'll want to switch it up. Personally, I drive it in comfort most of the time, but if you want like the transmission to be in the sport setting, you want the exhaust to be in the sport setting, you want the suspension to be set up for sport, you want to put in dynamic, that turns on all the checks for that, and the car drives like a whole different beast on it, and it sounds way different. It really gives it that sporty touch to it. Honestly, like it makes it feel like the $60,000 car that it is. So like I said, it's great. It'll hold the shifts up higher. It just drives a whole lot better, right? So I'll do a little pull here for you guys. Hopefully you guys can hear. And this thing pulls like a train. Once you get it going, man, this thing's amazing. The brakes are insanely good. This thing's such a fun canyon car. I know a lot of people wanted rear-wheel drive because it seems to be better for drifting and all that, but I love an all-wheel drive car. I love being able to floor it and not have to worry about if the car is gonna grip or not, especially coming from a single turbo 335i, where as soon as I floored it, that thing was already spinning out, right? And this is really induces your confidence. You feel safe. This is exactly what a race car should feel like, you know. Switch it to manual. Hopefully you guys can hear the noises a little bit more. This thing gets up to speed so freaking fast. Honestly, it's easy to get in trouble with a car like this, but the brakes, you know, slow you down on a dime. They don't skip a beat, and this car is so much fun. I don't know what people are talking about when they say it's not fun. My license plate fell, I'm not even gonna lie, so I'm gonna have to go back and get oh, I don't know what that was, but hopefully I didn't hit the biker behind me. There was a biker, and geez, that's gonna suck. So I saw this heat shield in here. I'm not sure if it's mine or somebody else's because I haven't got underneath the actual car itself yet, but let's do traction control off and put in sport mode. Do a little, oh shit. Yeah, bro, that was so much different than when you have the traction control on. The car rips out of there. I don't know what anyone's talking about when they say that it bogs out. It bogs out if you have traction control on. That was so fun. Jesus. Sorry guys, I had to do it. So that's pretty much gonna sum up our little drive here. I just want to end it on a good note, you know. That was crazy. No, oh damn. But yeah, I'm gonna drive this thing back home. We'll finish up, you guys. Thank you guys for coming along. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that ride along. I know I did. I actually pulled the G in the rear. I don't know if that's good or not, but it says 1.1 when we took off. So that was a really fun launch. I'm excited to mod it. This thing's gonna be insane. Hopefully you guys liked it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.